Welcome to our 29th and final video for our Quick Strike series of videos in February. Thanks again for taking the time to watch our new releases this month. This will be the last one for at least a couple weeks until we have some new stuff to show you or we come up with some other topics. The goal was to get a video a day per out in February to get everybody caught up to speed with all the functionality available in Quick Strike, and then we'll start covering some of the other sections that we aren't necessarily part of the pro license later on, so you can get an idea of what's available out there for some in other subscriptions or as some just additional requests within a particular subscription. Okay, so let's get started. Before we get to our last item that we're going to cover, let's just remind ourselves we're in the market dashboard and the product overview, and we landed in the interest rate product group, US rates, and we're currently on the Eurodollar product. Again, we set that as our favorite product in the My Account section. So when we log in the first time, we land on this group and this product. Okay, so today what we're going to do is cover the Portfolio Manager in the risk tools. The quick risk tools are also available. We're in the midst of working on these a little bit, so we're not quite ready to do some videos. This is sort of the default available tool for managing your risk within Quick Strike. These are the more robust and advanced versions, and this is, we call this old here because we're probably going to deprecate it, but there are still people who like it and use it, and these will take the place of the main Portfolio Manager. So, but let's. I wanted to cover this because people do like it and people do ask questions about it, so we'll get over there and take a look. So right now we're in our sample portfolio. You see there's nothing there. If I wanted to do a new portfolio, I can create a new portfolio, type in a name and say add, and it would show up in the list. Um, if I had any information in here, I can view it. I can also delete this portfolio. So let's just delete it since we'll start over. Might as well. And let's do a new. And let's just call this, a test portfolio and say add. And there we have. We see the test in the portfolio menu bar up above. Okay, so let's add some option positions to it. So let's here's our list of symbols that are available. So let's just keep it simple and go into the June contract. And you'll notice that what we can do is we can pick any product group in here, and then within that product group, any product. All right. We could also add an underlying position to this portfolio as we add our option positions as well. But let's just start with our option positions. Let's just do that. Let's add an option. It's pretty simple. Let's add another option. Okay, so let's just do 100 of these, 100 calls, and let's do 100 puts here, and let's change this to let's go to the 90. So we do basically a long strangle, and I say save. And here's what you're going to see. You're going to see in June, you have a total of 100 calls and a total of 100 puts. Here's your total delta, your total gamma. So this is not really a risk analysis tool. This is a tool to just keep track of your book of trades, and you can see your overall total Greeks that are available for your review. Okay, now if I want to, view this, I could pop open this window, and it's going to show me the details associated with the portfolio. Okay, and again, I can get rid of it if I don't want it, or I can come in here and edit this and get rid of these contracts here as well within this June expiration. But while we're in here, let's just add some. Let's add some September contracts. Let's add an option, and now let's just do 500 straddles. Okay, and I'll say save. And now what you'll see is both expirations are in the table here. So now we're getting a total across all expirations here. So if I want to pull the September out, I can pull the September out. I'm only going to see the September, only see the June, and I could put that in and do check and uncheck the June, and now you'll see that there is a matching. So this is a nice way of tracking aggregate Greeks. Okay, and you can see your total positions. You can always see a particular product's detail here. If I click that open, it's going to show both positions in June and September, as well as the underlying position that you have here. All right, and it's going to show your total and your total Greeks. Okay, so let's continue to do this. Let's add a 10-year. Couple contracts there, and let's go to the April contract, and let's add 2 strikes here, and let's go 130 and 131. All right, and let's buy 1,000 puts and 1,000 calls. All right, save that. And now you'll see that this, what's very nice about the portfolio manager is you get a summary of all the products that you have within this group. So it's a real nice way to get an aggregate look at everything that you have from a position standpoint. Now, what are some of the reasons why we are moving toward the tools up here that we call in quick risk? Okay, because if you, for instance, if I want to, let's edit and say, let's edit to June and say I did 400 more June puts. So now you actually have to go in here and do the math yourself, right? And then you could save, and now you'll see that it has changed over here. So you have to do the math yourself as opposed to, and there's no way to take a trade strategy that you built and pop it in the portfolio, where there is ability to do that in the quick risk, which I'll be glad to show you once we have that interface to the point where we like it again after some of the refurbishing that we've done. Okay, so pretty simple, pretty straightforward look at the portfolio manager here. Again, we could click open this product detail, and you're going to see we're seeing only the Eurodollars because I clicked on the product detail link for the Eurodollars, and I can click on the product detail here and see that just for the 10-year. Okay, and when I click on view, it's going to show me everything, right? So you can get an aggregate view of all the products that you have with the top level view menu, or you can get the detail for that particular product as well. And the last link that I'll show you for both of these, I can click and I'll show you the settlement comparison detail. And what this is going to do is going to show you where the call settled versus the prior settle. So you can get a little bit of a change in P&L for each of these. The thing is, you can't change the price when you enter them in the first place, but if you're doing everything from a settlement-based standpoint, once you have the position, you can track your P&L on a day-to-day basis. So some pretty good solid things there. It's a little bit more difficult to add the positions because you got to do the math yourself as opposed to just being able to put a trade and say trade it and have it show up in there, which again, like I said, we'll show you in the other tools when I believe they're ready for you to see with the new additions that we've made. But in the meantime, play around with Portfolio Manager, and I think you'll find it very useful. We used it for years and years until we finally had the opportunity to build some other tools that we thought would be more up to date and more seamless with how people are thinking about. They make a trade, then they put it in portfolio. They make a trade, put it in portfolio. But again, if you're looking to track and do some aggregate risk, this is a great way to do it, and it's very, very popular as it's been around since the inception of QuickStrike, almost 10 years ago. So thanks again for watching. You've been looking at the Portfolio Manager video, and we look forward to your questions. If you have any, please feel free to come over to the support section and send us an email with a request, or if you want us to get in contact with you, or you see something wrong, you want to report that, or you have a suggestion. We're always glad to hear from our user base to see if there's anything that they'd like to see or anything they'd like to see us do better. So thanks again, and we really appreciate you watching these videos. We'll see you shortly, probably for a video 2 in March, but until then, take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.